What's good, y'all? Derek Jackson here. So I was just going through some more of the questions. I know a lot of you already seen that I did a Q&A on my stories. I appreciate you guys who sent in those questions. But something is sticking out to me, and that's that 1 out of every 5 questions or so all sound like this. Derek, I've been with this guy for 5 years, and every time I talk about marriage, he changes the subject. I've been with this guy for 7 years. I still haven't met his children, still haven't met his family. What does that mean? Derek, I've been with this guy for X amount of years, but we haven't progressed. Am I just wasting my time, et cetera, et cetera? And it brings me back to this topic we already covered before, but it applies here. And that's that sometimes I think we use the whole with this man or with this woman or with this person a little loosely. Like a person can have you and still not be with you. The difference is this, like ladies, just because a man calls you his girl, calls you his girlfriend, calls you his woman, doesn't mean anything if his actions refer to you as his convenience. And there's a convenience in place if there's no commitment in place. Too many people think just because there's a relationship, that means there's a commitment, like the two are synonymous, and they're really not. A relationship describes the nature of the engagement between you and another person. So you may have a romantic relationship with him where you guys engage romantically, a sexual relationship, a business relationship where you engage, per the nature of that. Like, that's cool, that's cute. But a commitment is when there's a plan for right now, going into the future, tangible actions agreed on that are going to help you achieve the goal of said plan. And there's a way to hold each other accountable should either of you not be keeping the commitment at any given time. Like we all know, yes, cheating, disloyalty, stepping out, that's one way to not keep a commitment. There are several other ways though. Like if you come into a relationship saying, I'm going to respect you at all times, but you get verbally abusive. The moment you get upset, that's not keeping the commitment. If you come in saying, I'm going to show up my best effort day in and day out, no matter what, but you get inconsistent after the first couple of months and you put the relationship on the back burner, that's you not keeping the commitment. But before we can even talk about not keeping a commitment or dropping the ball in a commitment, we first have to address what keeps a commitment from even being put in place. And the first thing that will keep a commitment from being put into place is whenever you settle for mere proximity instead of requiring that you are a priority. Like when you're a priority to a man, he says, you know what, in order to keep this woman that's growing, I understand that every aspect of her life also has to grow. And that includes what I have with this woman. Therefore, there needs to be a commitment in place that protects the growth of this. Therefore, I can protect this woman's role in my life. I can protect my role in her life. Otherwise, you just get proximity. You just get enjoyment of him on holidays. Y'all talk, y'all text. Maybe you guys have sex. You go on dates. He's a shoulder to lean on. But there's nothing moving beyond that. It don't take anything to have mere proximity. It don't take anything to enjoy each other's company. Kids enjoy company, but it takes an adult. It takes maturity in order to have a commitment in place. Now, the second thing that will keep a commitment from being in place is being gaslighted out of one. I'm not going to stay too long on this one because I talk about it in depth, and don't forget your crown book. But being gaslighted out of a commitment basically sounds like the moment that you even hint at it or start expressing any desire for something that sounds like a commitment, you start hearing things like, oh, come on, this again, nagging, wanting too much, not being understanding. Maybe you're not even valuing the sacrifices and all the things that you guys currently do enough, and you just want to mess up a good thing. Why you want to mess up a good thing? That's being gaslighted out of getting your emotional needs for security and progression met, in which it can't be that much of a good thing if there's no progression, if it's just stagnant. But that's what it means to be gaslighted out of your emotional needs. Basically, you having the gall, you having the nerve to speak up for what you need from a man is being turned around on you as if it's a character flaw for you to have that type of confidence in yourself. That's the gaslighting part. The manipulation as, you know what, I want to discourage you from speaking up and having confidence and validating what you need from this relationship, which therefore by default makes the relationship all about what's desirable by him or what's preferred by him, what's convenient for him. And that's where it becomes, of course, a narcissistic trait. I talk about this in depth, and don't forget your crown, the 10 narcissistic red flags, because we use this whole narcissism word very loosely as well. But I go in depth about it, and don't forget your crown. So if you want to learn more about this topic, click the link down in the caption. I'll make it 50% off for those who are watching this video today only. But the moral of the story is this. This ain't about requiring perfection from a man. This ain't about pressuring him into doing something that he don't want to do. This ain't even about bashing him. This is about you protecting you. And if you're with a man who's meant for you, then he's going to want to protect you too. But you got to properly equip him with what your needs are, your needs for a commitment, in order for him to do so. Now, if you're not going to speak up about what you need, and then he doesn't meet your emotional needs, well, you can't blame him. Now the onus is on you. But those are just my thoughts. Again, don't forget your Crown book that goes more in depth about the 10 narcissistic red flags to watch out for. That link is down in the caption at 50% off. Y'all let me know what you think down in the comments. I'll let y'all later. Y'all be good. Peace.